30, 20, restart. 5.
And guys, welcome to another episode of Wrong Side Simulations, bringing you the best content for the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. And as always, my name is Blake, and I am a real-world flight dispatcher. I'm going to bring you a little more context to your flight sim viewing experience. And today, I'm a little bit sentimental, man. Today is 2 years that Wrong Side Simulations has been on the YouTube wavelengths, or whatever you want to call it, and it's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Super stoked for this one. So at the beginning, as you saw, we had the very first ever Wrong Side Simulations stream, which I think probably had like one person maybe drop in and look and like leave real quick because they're like, there's nothing to this is boring, let's run. But guys, here we are 2 years later, and I am incredibly humbled just from the experiences that I've had over the past 2 years of hanging out with y'all, making great friends. It's pretty unreal how far we've all come along. Not even just like the sim and the streams and the quality and all that stuff, but just like the friendships, all that kind of stuff. Like, we got Jay in the chat. 2 years ago, Jay and I didn't know each other. Now we're good friends, and he has become a dispatcher through this channel, which is probably one of the most rewarding parts of doing all of this. But guys, I am super stoked. Never thought that I would make it this far in the whole streaming game, make it this long. Never thought I'd have a shirt. Nothing. I never really knew what to expect of it. Honestly, if it wasn't for a couple friends of mine at work, none of this would exist. I sent them a text hoping that they'll drop in, so I guess we'll see, because I definitely want to give a big shout out to those guys. But anyways, to the chat. Drew, what is up, dude? Great to see you as always. Thank you for your moderating services as well. Miss Callie Simmer, how are you? Great to see you. Let's ride, let's get it down right. Hillbilly Gypsy, the one and only, another one of the staple guys of the channel. It wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for him, especially setting up my Discord and getting that to where it's at. So dude, thank you so much. It is great to see you in the chat, dude, and I hope all is well with you as well as the family. Mr. J, what is up, dude? Great to see you, dude. 2 years, it's unreal. Here you are, submitting your application for United. It's fucking crazy. By the way, have you heard? I'm sure you would have told me had you heard from them, but have you heard from United yet? Oh, what do we got? Callie. Congrats on the 2-year anniversary. I wasn't there at the beginning, but I'm super glad I'm here now. A true pleasure to watch. So damn sweet of you. Thank you so much. Definitely didn't have to do that, but you are so sweet. And yeah, weren't around at the beginning, although you weren't missing much at the beginning. But so grateful to have you around now. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your friendship, and thank you for what you do with YipChat. Thank you, everybody. So I think everyone who's here is on the YipChat train. So thank y'all for that. We also got Wes in the house. Wes has been around for a hot minute. Happy 2 years I like that streamiversary. That's kind of cool. That is awesome. First stream I watched, my man, I was drinking a beer and dropping F-bombs, and I knew I'd be watching again. Hell yeah. I don't know if there's any other streamers out there that have the mouth that I have. So I'm glad that kind of showed you the authenticity of myself, because that is all you're going to get around these parts. Anyways, well, guys, today for the streamiversary, we are going to be operating the same flight that we flew for the very first stream, which was San Jose, California, over to Las Vegas. Don't really even know why I flew this flight, because I don't think Spirit flies this in real life. I'm going to be running it on VATSIM, going to be running it on a Pilot's Life, going to be running it on YipJet as YipJet 2541. This is we're going to be operating the flight of Spirit Wings 2541 everywhere else. yeah, I was trying to things like, you know what, let's kind of like throw everything at it. You know, the very first stream, you don't do anything, right? You're nervous. You don't really know what to say. You don't have any production quality. You don't have any fancy saying intros and that kind of stuff. So it's like, you know what, today let's just throw everything at it, because today I don't have to be nervous anymore. I've got 2 years under my belt of this whole streaming thing. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of our thing. Got the second camera set up, which is also something we did not have in the very beginning. Obviously, we didn't have any of this. We didn't have the side stick. We didn't have the tiller. We didn't have an EFB. We didn't have a lot of stuff. We didn't have the fancy rotor pedals. We didn't have the fancy chair. We didn't have the fancy background shit. It was pretty plain. But I do think that once we get airborne, that'll be a little bit of what we do. Like, I want to kind of try to run things a little bit slower than I usually do. I usually have a bit of anxiety when it comes to streaming and getting the flight going and, like, you know, being quick. Today I want to like slow it down. I want to reminisce. I want to hang out with y'all. I want to talk to y'all. If I have to, hell, I'll even jump off VATSIM if VATSIM gets too busy to even to talk with y'all. Obviously, this is a little bit of a short flight, roughly an hour long, which is probably part of the reason. I think actually the reason why I chose this flight 2 years ago was, one, I had third-party scenery for it. Two, it was a short flight. So I think that's why I chose it, but I'm not sure. I didn't want to fly too long for the first stream because I was nervous and didn't know what I was going to do. No more. No more. Are we going gambling in lost wages? You damn right we are. In fact, I'm going to Vegas November, I believe. My sister's getting married out in Vegas, doing the typical Elvis bullshit wedding. So I'll be going out there and probably playing a little bit of blackjack then. But today we're gonna go gamble some virtual wages. We're gonna take the money that we lose from YepJet, and we're gonna go gamble it all away in Las Vegas. Let's see. No, one of my coworkers had his interview this past Tuesday and got an offer on the spot. No shit. How long was your coworker? How long has he been at Republic? Kind of wondering if like they have a way of seeing, like, when you apply United, do you have like a profile? Because at my current company, we have a profile. When you apply with us, it'll know, like, they'll know if you've applied in the past and like be able to see kind of your profile and like what's been done, that kind of thing. So I'm just wondering if they have a way of seeing your previous application, and maybe that's doing something to it. Yeah. Elvis wedding, yeah. Dude, I'm not really excited about it, in all honesty. What do you mean he started with you? Oh, never mind. Holy shit. Yeah, got it. Okay. Interesting. I wonder what he put on his application. That's really weird. Don't give up, dude. It's going to happen one way or another. Or you just go somewhere else and commute. There you go. Apply under a different name. Alright, well, let's jump into the airplane. Let's get this thing going. So, as we flew for the very first time, we flew the fly-by-wire, or the A32NX by fly-by-wire. So we're going to do that again today. And I think as we go back and we watch a little bit of the first episode, see just how far that this airplane has come along, which is really, really cool. By the way, if any of y'all are going to FS Expo, myself, Shaq, and Jet Kid, who y'all see in the chat every now and then, the JetBlue flight attendant, we are all going. So if you have any plans of going, let us know, so we can all meet up and hang out and do that whole thing. I thought about this because fly-by-wire is actually going to be there. So it'd be cool to go talk to those guys in person. If it wasn't for fly-by-wire, my channel wouldn't be where it's at today, because this was the foundation of the channel until I got tired of flying nothing but this, and then went to X-Plane for a short period of time until we got the MD and the CRJ and all that stuff. So, alright, let's check our audio levels, make sure everything's looking good. Microsoft Flight Sim looks a little bit low, so let's crank that up. Spotify looks a little loud. That was one thing with the first stream that I had. I went back and watched a bit of it last night, and it was very quiet. But I didn't really know how to work anything yet. So, alright, go battery 1, battery dose, ground power, cruise supply, ground control, CVR test, captain, editor 1, 2, and 3. Nav light's already on. Seatbelt can go into auto, on the emergency lights, and we'll turn a little bit of air conditioning on, just a little bit. Cool. I'm going to do the AP fire test, and I guess we need to let the airplane power up a little bit more. Also, let's turn up some of those, turn up the brightness on these screens here. Can't see nothing. Airplane's getting a little life. Flight director's constraints, VORs, get all that to on. Multi-scan, GCS to auto, TCAS to auto, put it on all traffic, and that is looking good. Now let's see if we can get that AP fire test. There we go. Cool. We'll go engine 1 fire test as well. Sweet. And engine dose. Nice. Alrighty. Let's go to fuel. Damn, well, we really only got 10,100 pounds of gas. Yep. 10,100 pounds of gas. So let's go, so we're supposed to be out of here at, also, let's do this real quick too, so we can get everything back on track. Back to live time, live weather. I had it set up so that it would look kind of the same as the first episode. Alrighty, so we need to be out here by, I think it was 1945. So we've got, we'll put everything on fast. And do we already have like too much gas? No, 8.4. I don't understand why it's not letting me. Ah, that's why. Get that off. Don't want any of that. There we go, there we go. Alright, so real time, 1 minute, cool. Payload. Let's see if we go real, does it say 13 minutes? It's pushing it. Yeah, we'll go fast. Start the boarding process. Let's get packs going as well. Ah, damn it. I don't want that. Yes, in the flight, start. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so that's running. Looking good. Alrighty. Atsu, AOC menu, init. Got GPS primary, so that's a good start. Data, AC status. Our nav data is current from the 20th of April to 17th of May. So we're good there. Back over to data. IRS monitor, we got 3 greens, good there. Init. It's weird being in the fly-by-wire. Alrighty, cost index of 10, which is what we've got. When we're cruising at 31,000 feet, temperature is minus 45. 46 be good enough. I did not, motherfucker. I told this thing 31,000 feet. Oh wait, duh. That's the triple pause. Holy shit. Brain fart. I looked at the triple pause and saw 39,000 feet and thought that it put it as my cruise, but it's not. Alright, so triple pause, 39,000. It's already got 39.3 in there, so we'll just leave that. That's fine. Wind. Let's get a wind data uplink. Looks good. Flight plan. San Jose departing off of runway 30 left. Oh yeah, on the Spartans 1, TECKY, transition. No transition, I guess. Inserts. Alright, so there's TECKY. Alright, cool, that works. Clear out that discon. Vegas. Arrival.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the
guy.
first officer and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this AIRBUS aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Alright, let's see. So initially I wanted to fly an RNAV approach, but I remembered I was going to do RNAV to 19 left or right, but remember this airplane doesn't, every time I've ever tried it, it never would, like final lap, so I'm not going to do that. Ksjc. So we'll say for our engine out procedure will be fly present heading, speed up, clean up, and then we'll deal with the engine out if we have one, because we can't do a secondary like we can in the Phoenix. Init, B page, taxi fuel is 0.5, route reserve is 0, we're not carrying an alternate. Let's see, reserve fuel we're looking at 2.9. I'll put the zero fuel weight in first. 137.7. See if we have our numbers yet. Looks like it's done boarding. Zero fuel weight CG is 33.2. Block fuel's gonna be 10.1. Now let's see if it'll let us put this stuff in. Dude. This is quite bullshit. There we go. Alright, there's that. Zero that out. Thank you. Let's see if we can do it this way. Yeah, you can. Cool. So that's one thing that Phoenix doesn't do, is be able to put in the time versus the quantity. So the NIP-B is done. Perf page, let's go pretty light, so we'll go flaps 1. I just don't know what our trim would need to be. And that's just the top of descent and then landing. I had to imagine it'd probably trimmed down. We'll just say down 0.2. Yeah, I know. flex. Let's flex 63. Make acceleration, climb altitude 1600. And V speeds. Probably 125, 130. Oh, it actually does it for you. Hey, girl. Nice. Wish I had that a long time ago. Alright. set. Flight directors. Constraints, VORs are on. Initial climb altitude. Assigned by ATC. So we'll give ourselves a solid 13,000. So that's the first crossing constraint, which is at TECKY. That's set. Let's get our weather. Alright, so currently in San Jose, winds are 310 at 8, 10 statute miles, few at 1600, scattered 2400, broken 4500, temperature 17, dew point 11, altimeter is 3012. There we go, that is set. Looking good, looking good. We do have mountainous terrain in the area, so we'll have the terrain on the ND. And everything else is set. Let's wait on these passengers to finish up, and then we'll get out of here. Go ahead and start the APU so we can be ready. And while the APU is starting, we'll go through our departure brief. I feel like my camera's, maybe I'm just too. How about that? There we go. Alrighty, guys. So for our departure brief, it's going to be a right seat takeoff. Aircraft type is a 320 for tailstrike avoidance. There's no MELs or CDLs that degrade the performance of the aircraft. Let's see our taxi route. We're going to push out nose right. We'll take Golf, Yankee, Golf, Yankee to Alpha 1, and we'll cross 30 right at Alpha 1. Depart all 30 left. Let's see. So we have no hot spots. We got one runway to cross at Alpha 1. Weather's no factor. Terrain is a factor, so terrain is on the ND. Emergency procedures before V1 would be my decision to reject takeoff or cone. Please stop, set the parking brakes, call flights and their stations, analyze the situation, and call for any income or emergency evacuation checklist as required. After V1, we're going to fly runway heading. We'll speed up, clean up. Engine out is 1600 off the ground. We are under max anyway. If we need to come back, we come back. It'll probably, yeah, it can be either one, whichever one we fancy at that time. If all goes as planned, we're going to fly the Spartans 1 departure. Top altitude is 13,000 feet. Actually, let's make our initial 5,000. There we go. So top altitude is going to be 5,000 feet. 5,000 is blue, and we're squawking to 1,000. APU is available. Bleed on, ground power off. And let's go ground services. Pull the power. Pull the jet bridge. Today. Cool. There we go. Alrighty. Before start checklist. Maintenance on tail is onboard check. Cover pets complete. Gear pins covers removed. Signs on auto. ADIRs are nav. Fuel. We've got 10.1 on board.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And our min is 8.9. Altimeters 3012 set. EFB's checked. Windows, doors, and slides closed and armed. Beacon is on. Thrust lever is in idle. Parking brakes on. And transponder is in auto. Before start checklist. All the way is complete.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I don't know if y'all can hear GSX or not. They are apparently coming out of my speakers and not my headset. I would imagine y'all would still be able to hear them. It's clear outside the airplane. It is. Just to the right.
Locking gear.
I guess I ain't ready to go yet.
Releasing parking brakes, please. All engines clear. Start at will.
Dude, what is going on with this brake? Alrighty. Run the block. It's a good looking airplane with that black cockpit. Dude, what the hell, man? I just set up this throttle for this airplane. Did it not save my stuff? Ah, whatever. Well, that sucks.
Please set parking brakes.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Oh, hell. Of course we would get ground. Andrew, appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much. Very, very nice of you. Thanks for coming to hang out with
Tow
us
truck disconnected.
on this
Bypass pin removed.
very sentimental stream.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Heck yeah, hit those thumbs up. That's the one thing I wish fly-by-wire FB had partial performance. Yeah, no joke. And I don't know why they don't. It's kind of weird. Louisville is a parking lot. Looks like Newark. Oh yeah, the Kentucky Derby. There's actually an LSU horse. We were out to eat yesterday, and Crystal spotted on the TV. They had a Kentucky Derby on, and there's an LSU horse named Farbridge, and he got second in the particular race that we watched. Started kind of towards middle to the back end of the pack, and then on the final stretch, man, he gunned it and just about had first. I was quite excited. Good. Okay. Good. Glad y'all can hear it. All right. Let's call. Make sure my push to talk. Nope. Clear. Perfect. There we go. And they're on 21.7. wonder if this thing will work on. Here we go. Alright, COM2's cool. 21-7. San Jose ground. Spirit Wings 2541 just pushed back off of gate 20. Looking for IFR clearance over to Vegas.
Spirit Wings 2541 San Jose ground. Clear. Clearance on the question standby.
And we're just keeping one spinning for now. Keep some of that gas in the fuel tanks. We don't have a whole lot of it. We've got our 45-minute reserve plus 15. We got about 25 minutes of extra gas based off of this flight plan, but it is minimum fuel planned. For planning purposes with the Neo, we aim to land around 4.6 when we got 4.7. Oh, there we go, ATIS. Info Kilo.
Show aircraft information, Zulu current altimeter 3012. And Spirit Wings 2541 clearance available, as ready to copy.
We are ready to copy and we've got information Kilo.
Spirit Wings 2542, cleared to Las Vegas International Airport, Spartans 1 departure, TECKY transition, status file. Climb via SID. Actually, stand by one. Alright, I got my procedure memorized here.
No worries.
And Spirit Wings 2541, I think I got all my gates booked out. Clearance available, as we go.
And we're ready.
Spirit Wings 2541, cleared to Las Vegas International Airport, Spartans 1 departure, TECKY, vectors NTELL, as filed. Climb via SID, except maintain 5000. Departure is offline, I think. Squawk 2222.
Alright, I do think I missed one part of it, but what I've got is cleared to Vegas Airport via the Spartans 1, TECKY transition. We'll climb via SID. Top altitude is 5,000 feet. We'll squawk 2222, and departure is offline for Spirit Wings 2541.
Spirit Wings 2541, read back correct. I'll make sure you're right, copy taxi.
We'll call for taxi when ready to go. Spirit Wings 2541. Alright, now that he's on, I guess we'll go ahead and start number 2. Just to reduce our workload. Yes, that's a good looking airplane right there. Check the phone, Roger. Cool. Yeah. Jesus. I would hate to be going there today. Alright, while that engine's pulling up, let's I'm sure he's gonna put us off of 30 right. In fact, he said 30 right. Let's go flight plan. 30 left, departure 30 right. Spartans 1. No transition insert. TECKY, discon, cool. Clear that out.
Series 2541, just be prepared. NorCal's gonna come on in a couple seconds. I'll give you departure for 29.
Roger that. Sounds good. Thanks for the heads up. I'm gonna go back to our perf. Let's go 63, 34, 35, 39. Sweet. All right, after start flow. Oh, not crank.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Alrighty. After start checklist, engine anti-ice is off, yellow pump is off, rotor trim 0. After start checklist is complete. San Jose ground, Spirit Wings 2541, ready taxi 30 right.
Spirit Wings 2541, runway 30 right, taxi via Zulu Golf Yankee.
Zulu Golf Yankee 30 right, Spirit Wings 2541. Alright, let's get that 222 in here so you can see us. Roll out. This brake is like off. Is out of sync? Yeah. Things messed up. Alright, here we go. Alright, brake check, pressure 0. Slow her down, slow her down. Alright, let's get that mini brief. See, Zulu Golf Yankee. Tiller definitely don't turn very sharp. Alrighty, mini brief. Reporting off runway 30 right, gross weight's 137.9, flaps config 1 plus F, fuel 9 point, closer to 10. B1 is 134. Why is that showing? Really weird. There we go. B1's 134, V2 is 138, top altitude is 5,000 feet, 5,000 is blue, and our first fix is Mel Pits. Flight controls check. Full up, full down, neutral, rudder, or ailerons, full left, full right, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. Flight controls check is complete. I'm not used to this airplane. Even though it's like the same airplane we always fly. Alright, before takeoff to the line, gross weight comparison complete, pitch trim is, I don't know, 33.2% CG set, V1, VR, V2 flex, 34, 35, 38 flex, 63. Flaps config 1 plus F, flight instruments checked, flight controls are checked, ECM mode takeoff all green, ECM status is checked, predicted wind shears on auto, TCAS code set TRA, cabin cruise advised, mini brief is complete. Zulu Golf Yankee.
Hey, it's Spirit Wings 2541. Looks like I put the center just got around, but I think my count's gonna be happy on. If you just wait at the zero, speed up to the altitude, and we'll short of 3 so.
Alright, let's turn the audio up because I can't hear him. Yeah, I'm sorry, it was pretty hard to hear you. The volume was kind of low. So I turned you up. What was that again?
Steering's 2541, so Open Center just hopped on, but I believe NorCal, or at least the area that covers San Jose, is going to hop on in a couple of minutes. If you want to just hold at 30, if you got something else to do, I can keep you there.
Roger that, we'll hold. So we got Oak Center on 32.2. It doesn't sound like that's going to be the guy we're going to talk to. Although I would think it would be. Alright, we'll hold right here. Parking brake ain't working right. Alright, before takeoff, below the line. Takeoff runway is 30 right. We can see it by the paint on the ground. So it is confirmed. Fuel, man, was 8.9, and we've got 9.9 on board.
2541, hooray. San Jose departures on Myron. So I guess go ahead, contact NorCal departure 120.1 for departure. Goodbye.
120.1. Have a great day. Appreciate your help. Spirit Wings 2541. 20.1. Approach. Let's finish our checklist real quick. Engine mode selector is normal. Bleed packs are set. Before takeoff, below the line is complete. And then just to, let's get 32.2 in there. San Jose approach. Spirit Wings 2541, holding short, runway 30 right.
Spirit Wings 2541, NorCal, departure runway 30 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 30 right, Spirit Wings 2541. Clear left, clear right. Departure heading is 306. Kind of like the headwind, like you put in the separate tiller option, but it's like it don't turn very good on it. Rotor pedals seem to work better. All right, let's pull them up 50. Close down and man, flex SRS auto thrust blue. Ground handling on this airplane is sensitive. There's V1. Rotate. We got positive rate gear up. Acceleration altitude, looking for positive trend on the airspeed. There she is. Thrust climb, climb.
I'm going to approach, good day, Southwest 1537 with you, flight level, sorry, correction, 17,000 feet and descending via the Ksjc arrival for Oakland.
Southwest 1537 NorCal approach, good evening. Expect the ILS runway 30 approach. Oakland altimeter 301.
SBs, flap 0, speed checks, flap 0. After takeoff checklist, landing gears up, flaps tractor lead patch set, APUs off.
1537, can you repeat the altimeter? We've been cut.
Oakland altimeter 3014.
Okay, so from Southwest 1537, I expect ILS approach runway 30 and altimeter 3014.
Clearwinds 2541, radar contact.
Oscar, NorCal, Southwest 2580 on file 30 left.
Southwest 2580, NorCal
Speed alt
approach,
star.
runway 30 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, Southwest 2580.
Alt star.
Southwest 1537 at par, cleared ILS runway 30 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 30 at tops.
Southwest 2580, climbing, or correction, Spirit range 2541, climbing maintain flight level 100.
Climb maintain flight level 190, Spirit Wings 2541. Alright, so I guess we're clear of this constraint. I'll try to get rid of it. Don't know how. Won't let me clear it.
Southwest 2580, exit runway to the right when able, cross runway 30 right, contact San Jose ground 121.7.
Turn these guys down.
San Francisco departure, NorCal departure, hello, November 5831 Romeo, on the ground in Monterey, looking for a VFR flight following to Hosling Bay.
Here we go. Sorry for the constant coughing, guys. I'm getting over a little cold.
Aircraft calling, take off sign.
November 5831 Romeo.
Alright. Back to y'all.
November 5831 Romeo.
On the way up.
Alright, November 5831 Romeo, spot available, advisory. Alright, November 5821 Romeo, squawk 5304, to a left taxi out.
1530 runway taxi out.
Alright, so there's landing lights off.
Sterling 2541, contact Oakland Center 132.2.
32-2, Spirit Wings 2541. Have a great day. Oakland Center, Spirit Wings 2541, 10.5, 19,000.
Spirit Wings 2541, Oakland Center, climb maintain flight level 310.
I maintain flight level 310, Spirit Wings 2541.
And on the ground at Truckee, one more time, the call sign, type aircraft destination.
Bam!
That's a Beechcraft 13, Charlie uniform, Bonanza F33, and destination is going to be Half Moon Bay, but VFR departure southbound.
Number 3 Charlie uniform, Roger, squawk 3203, and are you ready to taxi at this time?
3203, we are ready for taxi. 3 Charlie.
Alright, looks like the audio level's good. I had to turn VLCHR down in OBS because it's just like, even when I turn it down V-Pilot, it's still loud. It's as loud as hell in my head right now. Audio.
Number 2 Charlie uniform, runway 20, taxi.
Alrighty. Anyways, back to the chats. So Callie said it's probably kind of weird that I sometimes while going around the house, left's clear, right is clear. Funny story. My girlfriend and I do that while I'm driving. If I'm crossing the road, she'll check my right and she'll say, like, she's not an airplane person at all. She couldn't give two shits about anything aviation other than the fact that they're like flying free somewhere. But when we're trying to make turns in the truck, she'll say, clear right, also clear left, and make the turn. It's very helpful even in a vehicle. So Callie, next time you get somebody to ride with you, tell them, like, hey, when we're making turns, I need you to look to the right and make sure we're clear right. And then you call out clear left. Clear left, clear right, or left is clear, right is clear, however you want to say it. Captain Colorado, what's up, dude? Hey, wrong side, what do I do if I need to divert in New Sky? Probably just click the emergency button in the top right. That way you can do whatever you need to do, and it won't count against the airline. Oops. Cause I don't know what it'll do if you don't land at the scheduled airport. I don't know how to treat that. So safest bet would be to just declare emergency and divert wherever you need to go. That way, like, you won't gain anything, but you won't lose anything either. It's probably your safest bet. Howdy.
Now.
Level 290. We can expect that as our final, correct?
Negative.
Understood. Climb maintain level 290, Spirit Wings 2541. Alrighty, 290.
And Alaska 1208 radio check, please.
1208.
Sexy looking airplane, dude. I'm telling you, man. But just think that little bit of black, the little raccoon paint around the windscreen, it adds so much more personality to this airplane, this livery. if you will. I love the black. Driving, it's a team sport. It's definitely a lot easier when you've got someone to check your 90. If I'm checking my 270, she's got my 90. And then I'm also responsible for 360 and 180. Yes, sir. So, kind of sad. Although not really sad, but kind of sucks. So, that's out of reach. I have a little camera mount. I've got a little camera mount for this camera right here, and it broke. Fortunately, still had like one of those like little cell phone holders for your car, and I was able to stick it down on a TV tray table, as you can see right there, and make it work. But the other one definitely works better. You can kind of get better angles and whatnot. Red Fisher, is VSWA still active? It definitely is. I haven't flown any VSWA or really any other virtual airline flights in a hot minute. I've been pretty active in putting my focus on YipJet. So if you're not aware of YipJet, it is an airline on New Sky. New Sky is kind of a it's like a new ACARS client that enables you to, like, for anybody to start their own virtual airline, and it's not only a VA, but it's also like an airline tycoon function as well. And so myself and Captain Shaquille Oatmeal, if you've heard of him, we're running YipJet, which is based off of Shaq's. Every time he gets a donation, he goes yippee. So we called it YipJet, and look at Drew throwing in the good old link right there. So anyways, it's just a lot more immersive. There's a lot more to it. Your actions as a pilot will either hurt or help the airline, because you are making or losing money. So with that aspect, I've been focused a lot more on the YipJet airline. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. So if you are looking for a more immersive, fun airline, not to take away anything from any of the other virtual airlines, it just doesn't have that money side of it, which really drives the teamwork. Take a look at New Sky. There's a whole list of airlines on there. Actually, I need to look and see if we're still hyperactive. We had a pretty slow weekend this weekend. We may have lost our hyperactivity. Let's see. Search airlines. Nope. We are still hyperactive. But yeah. So you got YipJet Airways, and got a whole fleet of different airplanes. We've got the Phoenix 320, Fly-by-Wire 320 Neo, PMDG 73 family, Aerosoft CRJ, and X-Plane if you're an X-Plane guy. Got the Tolis 321 and 320, Zebo 73 800. We got the 737 MAX 8 as well, and the Flight Factor 75.
Spirit 2541, climb maintain level 310.
Climb maintain, flight level 310, Spirit 2541.
Southwest 3598, contact NorCal 120.1.
Thrust climb, open climb.
Southwest 3598, approved at NorCal 120.
Really? Interesting. Let me... Pegasus. Of course, it's like... There we go. So I still see it on mine. Let's see. Yeah, it's still looks like it's still on there. That's really weird though. I don't know why you wouldn't see it. FLIGHTSIM needs to release the damn 380. That would make YipJet some money, wouldn't it? All those people pack them in there like Spirit packs their passengers in. Be carrying like 785 passengers. Yeah, Red Fisher, that could be a thing. If you need any help with that, go to their Discord, and I'm sure I think there's a support channel. They can get you reinstated if you like.
We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As it begins to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat elbows clear from the aisle, as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley.
But yeah.
Also, one more reminder.
I kind of wish they could start a New Sky Virtual Southwest, but it's a whole different ball game. They hold like replica VAs to a higher standard. You got to have so many pilots, so many flights during a certain amount of time, all this different stuff. So it's a little bit harder if you're trying to be like Delta or Southwest or whoever on New Sky. But you should definitely go check out some New Sky Airlines, though. It's really, really cool. EQ in the chat, he flew 737-900. So in our fleet, we have our 900s outfitted with 2 auxiliary tanks. So we make those real nice, long transcon flights relatively easy. So he operated LA to JFK and brought in a nice $37,000. In fact, I'll show you. Let's go to my airlines, manage. All right, so here's the finance dashboard. So we got like the total number of flights with each day over the past 30 days. We got our expenses. We got like our balance. So like on this day, on the 4th, we profited $38,800. Once all the fees, so like for the day, we made a total revenue of $344,000. But once you deduct fuel, fleet, airport schedules, handling fees, and any penalties that apply, then Captain Colorado, I see that you declared that emergency. Yeah, so once you deduct all that, you get your final balance for the day. So the last couple days have been relatively slow. We're in the negative. Like Cinco de Mayo, we were negative $96,000 on May 6th. Negative $45,000. So, as you fly, like we'll find Jay's flight. Here it is. So we'll pull it up and see what was going on there. So he had a scheduled departure time of 2000 Zulu, with an actual departure time of 2017 Zulu. What we got? Drew Stone, dude. Here's to more beers and F-bombs. Congrats on 2 years wrong side. Man, I fucking appreciate you. You are the fucking shit. That's so nice of you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We actually went to a brewery yesterday and had some really good beers. So I think we need to make another beer run and go grab a few beers because I'm a little thirsty. But Drew, man, thank you so much. That's so nice of you, and thank you for everything that you do for YipJet, man. We are very, very appreciative of everything that you do for the YipJet community. So Red Fisher, speaking of like the YipJet community, we do at a minimum monthly giveaways. Lately, we've been doing pretty much weekly giveaways. Thanks to guys like Drew Stone who contribute. He donated a $25 SimMarket gift card. But a few other guys donate some cash to us, and we turn that into either SimMarket gift cards or stuff of that nature. We've given away a couple copies of Any Builds JFK, a few things. In fact, In fact, speaking of guys that donate, Will was one of our donators. So Will, thank you, dude, for everything that you do for YipJet as well. But yeah, so it's a cool little thing that we do. Try to attract pilots, retain pilots by giving back to those guys for all of the work that they do, putting in to make YipJet what it is. In fact, Ksjc won her a copy of I think it was JFK, I believe. But yeah, so we did some pretty cool stuff. It's a pretty neat, different aspect to virtual airlines. But anyways, so scheduled departure time was 2000 Zulu. Actual departure time, he pushed back. Actually, that's loud. He it registered his off blocks time at 2017, so 17 minutes late. But to his defense, it doesn't pick up your time when you push back. You have to push back and start engine. Sometimes I've had to start both and taxi before it picks up my times. So it's a little irritating. I'm not crazy about that. But he still landed he still landed, what is that, like, I'm bad at math, like 20 minutes early, so he was still on time, even though it did deduct a little bit of money for flight delay. But he had 174 passengers out of 174, so nice full boat. Shows how much fuel he burned, distance he flew, cargo, expenses from the flight, penalties $261 for being 3 minutes late. He brought in $66,300 of revenue, so once you deduct the expenses and the penalties, profited $37,628. It also tracks like your deviation off center line from the threshold, your landing rate, but your landing rate is based off of G-force, not feet per minute, so that's nice. It's a little bit more forgiving on the landings. You can even like zoom in and see exactly like when we're putting out flaps and gear and lights and all that good stuff. And as we zoom in, this runway does have a pretty long displaced threshold. Actually, no, it's not. 22 right does. 22 left does not. A little bit of a long landing and a little bit off center line, but not a big deal. That more so deducts from your pilot points than it does money or penalties. So we do try to have our pilots maintain at least a 7.0 overall pilot rating, just to try to protect the work that our pilots do. As we have, if anybody comes in and just trolls or wants to be an asshole and starts flying like shit and causing a lot of problems, that kind of stuff, it deducts and takes away from the work that our pilots have put in. So we try to maintain a minimal pilot rating just to keep any of that from happening. So we're getting into some mountain wave turbulence there. Alright, let's go through our hat flow just to set up for the arrival. So let's put in our two fixes. First fix is going to be Klas, runway 26 left. And we're going to put in a, let's do a 6 mile range ring. Next over, let's put in the last fix on the approach, which is Relin. And we're going to put the opposing course heading, and that'll draw our extended center line. That's going to be 079. Radnav will hard tune the Las Vegas VOR. Frog page. Klas 26 left again. 185 from the threshold of the runway. Perf. Drop that in. Guess we could pull a METAR through the Atsu. Receive the messages. It's taking so long. Usually it's like Instant.
Thunder Beach 1 for Charlie, we're ready to go on track. Big Charlie, uniform runway 20 for Lookout. Grip there.
Maybe they built in like, no, they didn't. Alright. Receive messages. METAR was printed out. Alrighty, so let's see, Vegas is a 1956 Zulu. So that is current, winds are 230 at 6. Temperature 23 2997. The altimeter minimum's 200 feet, I believe. Yep. Sweet. Fuel prediction. Wow. Says we're going to land at 2.9. It gives us no extra fuel to play with. We'll be landing right at reserve. So I don't really know if we like burned all of our extra while we're on the ground in San Jose. That's less than great. I don't think that models anything. It don't. So we'll slow it down a little bit. Try to conserve some gas. And secondary flight plan, can't do anything with it. So that's the hat flow. Boom, 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 boom. And what was that temperature out there? 23. Yeah, it's not super warm. Does this thing have CPDLC? I don't know how to connect.
And calling about the Merlot 2 is that Alpha Kilo Papa. Okay, if you're at Monterey, you're not in my airspace, go to track 12011, Alpha Kilo Papa at Napa. So the Merlot 3 departure is a radar vector departure, so you won't need to load it in your GPS. You just need to pull up the chart, find the heading that you need to fly on there, and then fly that heading until you're told otherwise.
Have you noticed any big bumps in any build's JFK taxiways? I have not, but I've pretty much taken the same taxi route to the same runway the like 2 times I've flown out of JFK. So no, I have not. I have not. Damn, there must be like an event or something going on. Look at all these airplanes coming to Vegas, or at least coming southbound. Yeah, they definitely go to Vegas. HND. All like. Crazy to have that many people fly with. To the right hat, yeah, man. That like when we streamed out of there, I think they even have a YouTube short of it. Although I'm gonna go back and remake it because I've learned how to make YouTube shorts that are like more clear. Which really weird thing, by the way. The first like 4 YouTube shorts that I've made, and I made them on my phone and uploaded them from there. Like, I mean, within an hour, like over 1,000 views. And then the 2 that I've made on my computer and uploaded from my computer were like, I mean, minimal views. I uploaded one yesterday of, or last night, of my throttle. .556 views. Then did one of the mini brief on a taxi out of Boston. That one's got 580 views. Other ones, 13, 12, 13, 1100. It was weird though. It's like they're only shown like as soon as they're uploaded, and then none. So I used to, based off of the first like 4 that I uploaded, I thought, like, man, like shorts is very powerful. There's like a lot of people you can reach out to through shorts, and then like, man. Although I think I did pick up 4 subscribers, so we are now actually officially over the 700 mark. We crossed 700 subscribers last night, so that's really cool. Another little milestone for the channel. It was late and I was tired. So Jay, that's why you were off that center line. Just gotta let one eye rest and fly with the other one. That's how you do it. Let's see. Are there any mods for the fly-by-wire 320? This dude should be handing me off in a minute. Cranking and banking. Anyways, are there any mods for the fly-by-wire Neo to add performance takeoff? I think there is. Remember a while back, people were using some sort of calculator that also gave you like an engine fail procedure based off of the runway you were taking off of. I can't remember it. I think it's on FlightSim.to. I think. But I hardly ever fly this airplane having the Phoenix, so I've never cared to download it. Although I thought about using it just for the engine fail procedure stuff, because that's always great to have. Let's see, take off calculator. I just flew in and out of JFK. Really like the. I do too, man. It's amazing how. It's amazing how much detail they put into that thing. I took off out of there the other day in the 330-900, going to Heathrow, and had my view. Like I was trying to do I was trying to record a little bit. It was like had my view in the Delta Sky Lounge thing, and you got the people like pointing at the airplanes and stuff. It's pretty. It's crazy how good their shit is. I see 702. You damn right. Yes, sir. Crossed that threshold. So guys, before getting too much further into the flight, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm off.
2541 radar service terminated.
Over to Unicom. You have a great day yourself. Thanks for all of your help. Have a good one. Spirit Wings 2541.
Number 9, Alpha Tango, descending 160,000, Sacramento International, altimeter 3010.
Okay, I don't want to receive their stuff. So let's just put them on over here. Ugh, man, this radio's dirty. Can't hardly even see.
Alaska 1053 open center, climb 18 by the whole 340.
There we go. Destination estimated fuel on board is below minimum. That's not great. Hopefully we don't get docked too hard by Jet. I'll see if I can find it. I've had to move to fly-by-wire because Phoenix crashed dead top almost every flight. That's weird. I never have any crash dead top issues with plus I'm his V1 sexy voice. Yeah, I don't have that issue. But I don't think you're the only one either, though. I think Zach has that issue quite a bit. Jay, although he was flying PMDG, he had crashed the desktop as soon as he landed in JFK the other night. Those are definitely uphill. Had a funny situation this morning in LAX. Our printer broke, so ACARS dispatched for NVIDIA. No response. Text again, nothing. Called, and he answered and was, yeah, I feel dumb. I kept sending it to your printer. Oh god, that's fucking funny. Oh yeah. I fly in VR. Oh, okay. That might. I wonder if that would have anything to do with it. Obviously, your drivers are up to date. I'm trying to think what else could do it. Hasn't been any update for the airplane itself in a hot minute. There's some sort of an add-on. You don't have pushback toolbar, do you? And that one causes issues. But obviously, you would know if you had it, because it would tell you every damn time you load into the sim. Huh. So it sounds like to me like if it's happening, like on final or as you're landing in Jay's case, it's like when the computer's taking on a heavier load, trying to generate or render the scenery, that's doing something. Weird. I don't know if there'd like be an issue with VRAM or what. I don't know. We're kind of oscillating a bit. That's a little mountain wave right there. Hang on a minute. What the fuck? We were still like 20 miles away from top of drop, and now we're all of a sudden. Let's go open descent. There it goes. Prog page. Get that pulled up. 1,500 feet high. Alright, now watch this. So we're in selected speed mode, right? Airplanes start coming down. We're in open descent. Spin up the speed. And the airplane will pitch. At least it's supposed to. It's fly-by-wire, so who knows what it'll do. But when you're in open descent, it's going to pitch for speed. So if we spin the speed up, it's going to increase that descent rate. Seatbelt sign on.
Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated till the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival.
So then we're coming down pretty quick, 3,500 feet per minute. It'll start to kind of shallow off a bit as it reaches that desired speed, 1,000 feet. Put it in managed, 800, keep it coming down. Got an i9, 64 gigs of VRAM, and a 4080. Huh. Yeah, that's a strong enough computer. Shouldn't be having that many issues. Let's throw out some boards. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. They modeled like how slow the spoilers come up. there is our glide path. So as obviously it catches up, we'll go into managed descent. So right now we're in open descent, we'll go into managed descent, and that'll ride that glide path. There we go, so we are in descent. I think bottom altitude for the start of the approach is 8,000 feet. It is. To the boards. Updated my graphics driver last night, then mid-flight it froze with a graphics card issue. What the fuck? That's weird. Deleted all mods for the Phoenix. Interesting. Now, Will, what brand of motherboard do you have, and how many sticks of VRAM do you have? And who is KHND? Is that Henderson? Yeah, that's who that is. We have a bunch of folks coming and landing Henderson while we're. So we'll definitely have to stay on the star, so we don't have any conflicts. Yeah, dude, that's really weird. That I don't know why I'd be having that issue. It was so irritating. I set up the whole throttle for this airplane before the stream. Oh, I didn't know my camera was on. And it just like it didn't save the profile. And so now I'm going to have to go do it all over again. We need to fly into Oakland because I haven't seen that scenery yet. I flew into, or yeah, where'd I go? What's the other new scenery? Shit. Oakland. Oh, Philly. I flew into Philly. I was not impressed with the frame rates. I had no live traffic, not on AVIATION, nothing. Just pretty much bare bones. I was in the Phoenix. The frame rates were a little less than desirable, to speak the truth. So hopefully they'll maybe issue an update, and hopefully they'll be a little bit better on the performance side. Alright, let's get updated weather. I'm just gonna use aviationweather.gov. I think it's the same. It should be. See what time is. Yeah, it's still the same. Unless a Specie came out or anything, but hasn't. I love the ambient passenger sound. Something I wish you could like turn off or on for like any airplane when in like a wing view mode. with all the traffic we got, probably best to turn off live traffic. This shirt's too damn small. Need to get ooh, that's pretty. Need to get a couple shirts made for FS Expo. Get a Yip Jet shirt made and a wrong side shirt, or maybe a couple shirts that have both of it on there. I don't know. A guy that I used to work with before he went to Delta made me this shirt, and actually it kind of looks like it's black on camera, but it's actually brown. It's just what he had, and he kind of made this as like a mock-up. Turned out good. I like it. I kind of like the little epaulets. Yeah, I need to get something else made. It's a good looking airplane. We're at 5.4 on the gas. I think this fuel prediction is... Yeah, so look, now we've got 15 minutes on top of reserve. And it keeps going up. But we are descending too, which obviously helps. But I don't think it's able to calculate the descent itself. I think it just calculates based off of maybe current fuel flow, something like that. That seems like what it does. Let's see. How do you know when the top descent is if it doesn't show it on the perf page? Or I mean perf page? Yeah, perf. On the flight plan page, I'm just calculating it based on miles from descent. Talking about the fly-by-wire, right? It should. I'm in the... what version am I in? I think experimental. And my daggum base models will not like fully install. It gets to the 777 and it has an error and it stops installing. It's irritating me. I'm missing a lot of models because of it. Yeah, I'm on the experimental version, which does have VNAV. So maybe check what version you have. But yeah, you should have a top of drop. Where did I just close? Yeah, try that. See if you can right now. If you're on your computer, check and see what version you have installed. All right, speed all constraints. Got traffic right at our 12. Looking for them. 2,000 feet low. Four miles out. Thrust idle descent. Looks like there'll be no factor. That's why. Yeah, I don't think they put the VNAV and stuff in the stable yet. They don't update the stable very often at all. It's a little weird. But yeah, dude. Now you can go and enjoy you some VNAV. I just don't understand why the Headwind 330-900 doesn't have VNAV if it's using, like, you know, avionics from fly-by-wire. Henderson, Vegas. He's behind us. It's an A310 as well. Henderson. Let's see how much traffic we got coming into Vegas. We got Frontier coming in from Phoenix. Oh, we're way out ahead of him. Not really sure who this is in front of us though. Vegas traffic, Spirit Wings 2541, 4 miles south of the field, crossing midfield on the downwind for runway 26 left. We'll be calling our final here in a little bit. Vegas. Alrighty, so one thing you gotta be careful about with the fly-by-wire, it just drops you down to VAP. So we're gonna pull speed. Throw it down to 210. Still got this guy out in front of us. I'd like to know who, or not who, but where they're going. I don't know if it's one of these Henderson guys or if it's the one other Vegas dude.
Next traffic. Pacific Airways 1100 coming down on ETA 2 arrivals. We crossed the ski zone at 8,000 report base and final to 35 left.
That's a Henderson guy.
Henderson traffic, just 1985 now, direct Gerard for runway 35 left. We're crossing 10,000. Henderson traffic.
Where is this guy I'm seeing on TCAS? Oh, he's right there. Getting a little close. Slow it down. He's turning. Cool. So we'll stay behind. I was about to start my turn. Let's go down to 6,000.
Las Vegas traffic, West 13296 heavy, turning base for runway 26 right Vegas.
Vegas traffic, Spirit Wings 2541, traffic turning base for 26 right. We got a visual on you, and we'll maintain some separation and come in behind you on 26 right.
Vegas traffic, flight 2160, 30 miles to the southeast of the airport, descending out of 10,000 for ILS on the 260 Los Angeles traffic.
Alright, so there he goes. Looks like he's getting established. We'll extend our downwind just a little bit.
Traffic Pacific 1100 there, direct to Harding. TECKY. Coming in on
Larry.
We'll arrive till final. Baseline and final for 35 left.
Vegas traffic, Spirit Wings 2541, turn in base for runway 26 left, Vegas. Rylan, what's going on, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Is that a Georgia Bulldogs thumbnail, or not thumbnail, but profile picture I see? I am, as you can tell, an LSU guy. But nonetheless, very happy to have you, brother. Welcome, welcome. Lodestar. Vegas traffic. Spirit Wings 2541. 16-mile final. Runway 26 left. Vegas. Alright. Flaps 2. Alright. Glide slip star. Might have a new METAR. Yep, wind 050 at 5.
Heavy, short final 26 right. Vegas traffic.
Wind 050 at 5, 10 statute miles, few at 9, few at 22, temperature 24, 2.2, or actually minus 2, and 2994. Alright, 050 at 5. Maybe we could have came in on runway 1 left or right. 24,
and on Vegas traffic, Spirit Wing Ocean Frontier Flight 2153 is established on the localizer 26 left, 15 miles up.
Vegas traffic, Spirit Wings 2541, 11-mile final, runway 26 left. Established on the ILS, Vegas.
And the traffic is 5. There's direct runway 35 left. We are now, and we are 8 miles in. 1985.
And traffic behind Spirit Wings, I believe it's Frontier. What's your current speed? If I need to, I can sidestep 26 right. He's only like 4 miles behind me. So I'm keeping my best forward speed. 8-mile final.
2,500.
Vegas traffic, Spirit Wings 2541, 7-mile final, runway 26 left. Vegas.
$2,000.
Henderson traffic, 1985, final call. Landing, runway 35 left. Henderson.
Alright. Manage speed, gear down, arm spoilers, flaps 3.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Beanie plus 10, flaps full, landing checklist. Cabin crews advised, auto thrust speed, auto brakes low, EQM landing all green, landing checklist complete.
Vegas traffic, plus 132.92 heavy, clear of 26 right. Vegas.
1,000.
Vegas traffic, 67812, 12,500, descending direct ski-bird for the Arnett Bravo approach at Henderson.
Vegas traffic, Spirit Wings 2541, 4-mile final, runway 26 left. Vegas. A little windy. Lights bright. So the glide slope always puts you a bit low.
Frontier flight 2153, 5-mile final for runway 26 left.
100 above,
Traffic
300.
6132, descending to 5,000. We are downwind for runway 35 left. Be turning
Minimum
base here
200.
Continue.
6132 is turning base for 35 left.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 5.
And 6132 is going to continue that turn around towards final for 35 left.
Spoilers, reverse green, and decel. Reverse idle. Vegas traffic, runway 2541 is clear, runway 26 left. Holding short, 26 right. Vegas. Man, that dude had me
Henderson traffic.
squeezing it in.
85. We are clear of 35 left. Henderson.
Alrighty. Boom,
Henderson traffic,
boom.
Pacific 6132, returning final, runway 35 left.
Damn it, I forgot to start the replay deal. Alright. Doesn't look like anybody's down there. It does not. Vegas traffic, Spirit Wings 2541, crossing runway 26 right. Vegas. Clear left. Clear right. Alright, after landing checklist, exterior lights are set, flaps retracted, TCAS is in standby, engine mode selectors, normal bleed packs. Correction, ground spoilers are disarmed, radar wind shears off. After landing checklist complete. Alrighty, where is... taxi... So 15 is going to be just on the back side. Cool.
Henderson traffic, this is good. Turn base final, 5 left, 8.
And we'll go ahead and shut down number 2.
Henderson traffic, Pacific 6132. We are clear. Runway 35 left at Foxtrot, taxi to the gate.
Las Vegas traffic, US started pound 70, pushing back at Delta 7, Las Vegas.
Alright, we're on scout. Let's see. Show me the spot. Okay, that's weird. Saw a bunch of ground equipment sitting over on the other side. Which would have been like gate 11 or 10. 14, so here is 15. Dadgummit. I think I'm gonna get popped for nav lights. So when I do Control F12 for GSX, it turns my nav lights off, and this thing won't turn for shit. Let's see if it turns better now. Yeah. See, it turns like shit with the tiller. Alrighty, parking brake is set. APU is on. Shut down 1. You can tell it's still trying to do that whole thing that the sim used to do back in the day. Beacon light off. Alright. Well, I think we're gonna get popped for the nav lights not being on. So that sucks. But not much you can do about it. That's Cam. Okay, so I guess you know who that Frontier guy was. Happy 2 years. Sorry I missed the stream. Basically, just now getting on. That's, dude, not a problem. And it's Sunday as well. Landing rate was -109, by the way. Yeah, I kind of figured too. Like with it being Sunday, a lot of I never stream on Sundays. I'm usually hanging out with Crystal. But today, obviously, special stream, so we're streaming today. But I figure most folks are gonna be out and about and doing stuff. So man, don't you worry, not a problem. Tomorrow I'm going to mow, and then we're going to stream. I think we're going to fly into Oakland since we haven't looked at that. Airport yet. So let's see how we did. Let's disconnect from there. Close the flight. Yeah, son of a bitch. So on YipJet, we've got a 9.9 because we were 2 minutes late. What time? We were not that damn late. We absolutely were not that damn late. I think. Actually, I thought we may have been. I thought my pushback time was 1945 when it was 1940. And because of the downwind portion, which is not factored in the flight plan, so on SimBrief, if you look at SimBrief, I don't think it's factored in. Yeah, so it doesn't really factor in. You have to go past Bourbon all the way down to here, make that left turn, and come down, right? So that's going to add a few minutes. Typically, when you fly past the airport, it's going to add 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the arrival itself and that kind of stuff. But it doesn't. It only factors the time in from Bourbon straight to the airport, not all the rest of that. So that's a little bit more time that's not factored in. Wow, I think that's my first flight of ever being late. That sucks. So we flew. We were airborne for 1 hour and 3 minutes. Total block was like an hour 27. We had 11-minute delay. Which is actually, in the eyes of the Department of Transportation, that is still an on-time arrival because it's within 14 minutes of the scheduled time of arrival. So that's how Department of Transportation looks at that. Technically, we're still on time. We burned 4,800 pounds of gas, carried 155 passengers, cargo 5,600 pounds. We didn't even account for that. Expenses was $11,600. We took a $155 penalty for a 2-minute delay. Revenues $19,000, so we ended up coming out with a balance of $7,290. Let's check our center line. So we had a great touchdown of 103 feet per minute, 1.07 Gs. Distance from the threshold was 646 meters. The accepted range is 728 meters, so we were just barely within that landing zone. Average center line deviation 1.09 with a max of 2.9 or 2.19. Let's see where we at. As we touch down, about 1,000 feet beyond where we wanted to be, just a little bit to the right, which is not bad. And we peeled our butts off to try to get out of the way of that frontier that was behind us, trailing about 3 miles behind. So overall, I would say it was a pretty good flight. So we'll close this out. Let's see how JetJet's doing today. Just out of curiosity, while we're here, might as well look, right? So for Sunday, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flights thus far. Old Billy Bo has been flying a pretty good bit lately. So thanks to Billy Bo. Callie Simmer's flying as well. Oh, she's flying the other Neo. Captain Colorado was flying same airplane as Callie was earlier today. And then Billy, we're both flying free flights, so both flying the same airplane. That's the only way you can do that is if at least one person is flying a free flight. Then you can actually like share an airplane per se. Yeah, it's been a little bit slow. All right, let's close this out. Let's check on a pilot's life. See how we did on that. A pilot's life is a lot more stringent than anything else. Thank you. And we'll go to our logbook. Shaq, what is up, dude? What's going on, man? Hopefully the stream went well. Been getting killed at work. Congratulations on 2 years. Thanks, dude. I greatly appreciate it. Hope the day gets a little bit easier at work. And thank you for your friendship. Thank you for this fun-ass ride that we've been taking for the past, shit, dude, I think you and I have been kind of partnered up for definitely over a year. So I think I've been a member of your channel for like 14, 15 months. I know we'll see. Next time you stream, I'll do one of those little things and we'll see how long I've been signed up on your channel. But, dude, it's been a hell of a ride. Thanks for coming in and saying hey. Perfect to work tomorrow. Look forward to seeing it. Nice. Well, it sucks that you got to work, but glad you'll be there to hang out. New Sky should be following TSA or FAA, whichever. Yeah, dude. They need to follow the Department of Transportation's rules on time and late arrivals. Chugging a house. It's funny. Shaq jumps in and the chat starts burp, rolling on. Yo, boss, how's it going? Jay said, I think I just need a new PC. It's possible. Whenever, when United finally picks you up, you get all caught up on everything, they'll get you one. You'll have to give Jetline a little holla. Jetline also, as far as I know, don't quote me on this, but I think they offer discounts to airline employees, folks that work in the industry. I think that they do that. Another reason why Jetline is just so fucking awesome. So, is this the original t-shirt? It is. This is the only wrong side shirt that I've got. Before getting this, I always wore one of Shaq's shirts, which I got both of them in the closet. One of them shrunk a lot though. Either it shrunk a lot or I grew a lot. So I don't really wear that one much anymore. It's probably more of me me growing more than the shirt shrinking. So even though we got dinged on YipJet, although we didn't get dinged for anything procedural, we got dinged for a 2-minute delay. We have a 100 on a pilot's life, which I will take a 100 on a pilot's life over anything. As you see all this stuff that it is looking for. So you have to be very procedurally sound to get a 100 on a pilot's life. So it's checking for your max pitch angle, bank angle, max G-force, overspeed, never indicated a stall, taxi light, beacon light, taxi, or I'm sorry, nav light, beacon light, taxi light, transponder on, flap set, max go around or ground speed is less than 30 knots, landing light strobes, pitch angle again, landing gears retracted, max indicated airspeed during the climb, never exceeds 260. We got flaps. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff this thing is looking for. So if you really want something to kind of watch you hard and make sure that you're doing everything correctly from a procedural standpoint, a pilot's life is phenomenal for that. In a way, I wish that YipJet and Pegasus or Vamsys could look at all the same stuff. I don't know why it doesn't, but at the same time, I don't want it to, because I would imagine we'd be losing a lot more money than we already are at YipJet if we were being graded for every one of these little things. Like you'd with pilot's life, you can never go around, because when you go around, you're in the approach phase, and it's looking for a max indicated airspeed of less than 200 knots. So when you go around, if you exceed 200 knots, which you likely will, you'll get dinged. It can't read like go around criteria for some reason, even though Pegasus can. It's a little weird. So guys, I'm sorry I missed. I mean, I even had it pulled up next to me, like I had it up, the flight control replay, so we could watch replay, but unfortunately I got so focused with the traffic behind me that I forgot to turn it on. Let's end our flight with PAX and see how we did here. Looks pretty good. Passengers were very satisfied. They were 96% satisfied. Negative 108 on the landing rate there. So we got a 109 on Volanta, a 108 on here, and a 103 in YipJet. I didn't pay attention to what we got with Pilot's Life. Very slightly ahead of schedule, which we were. I did tack on a little bit of time closer to the duration time with YipJet into PAX, so they would replicate, but this reads what time you're out based off of when you start pushing out, not in fact, you know, I bet you that's why on YipJet we were so late, because it doesn't actually read your out time when you start pushing back. Again, you have to push back and start an engine sometimes too. Hell, sometimes you even got to start taxiing for it to recognize your off block. And I bet you that's what it was, because we were sitting out of the gate for a hot minute. Let's see if we can go to the log. Let's see. Where's engine change? Alright, so our first engine change occurred at 1945. Oh yes, that's what it was. Look at this shit. So we pushed out, started an engine at 1945 Zulu. 6 minutes later, at 1951 Zulu, we started engine number 2. We didn't, and it did not detect our off block until 1954. So we'd been out of the gate with both engines started for at least 9 minutes. And I didn't start the engine until right away. Like, I didn't start the engine right away either, because I was fumbling with the whole FSU FPC profile not being saved and stuff. I was over here doing this little number, starting and boom boom, doing all this stuff. Nothing was working. So like, we were probably out of the gate for at least a solid, I don't know, 60 seconds, maybe even a minute and a half on top of that before we started. Like, we even went to initiate the start for engine 1. So that 2-minute delay that it docked me for was horseshit, because Shaq, I think we need to write this dude on Discord, the dev on this, and just ask him why, like, because it used to be, it even says at one point, it was like, duration is no longer like wheels up to wheels down. Duration is now from the time you block out of the gate to the time you land. Why? Like, why is it looking for, like, being out of the gate, engine, like, why is it taking so long to record an like off block time? It should record an off block time as soon as those wheels start moving backwards. That pisses me off. That's how it's done in real life. Every airline in the world tracks your out time based off of when that airplane starts rolling back. Actually, some even go based off of when the brakes are released. Not even, like, at least at my company, the wheels have to be moving, like, I think a mile and a half, like a mile and a half per minute, or, you know, mile per hour, my God. But let's just round it up to 2. You have to be rolling 2 miles an hour for ACARS to recognize the wheels rolling and record an out time. This damn thing's like, you gotta be out, start your engines, and start taxiing before it even picks it up. That shit is irritating, and it's costing my airline money. So, whatever, we'll fight that fight on a different day. I'm gonna have to take a trip over there. Over where? I clearly missed something. 2 minutes shouldn't be a delay. And you know, it wouldn't have been, when you look at the scheduled out time versus our actual out time, it was like a good 17 minutes or some shit like that. We weren't as delayed as it was showing us. That was part of the problem. Let's go back to this good looking airplane. Of course, you can't see nothing. Ooh, that's close. Let's get us some traffic moving around while we finish our little chat we're having. Anyways, yes, that looks nice. Sad part is the employee probably won't get fired. Unify keeps any and everyone. Yeah, I bet, because there's such a daggone staffing shortage going on now. I still miss whatever it was y'all were talking about, but oh wow, didn't know you flew past life. I do too. I agree. I'm very happy when I get a 100. Heck yeah, I'm telling you, it's tough. Like, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. And if I can give you any advice ever for pilot's life, you don't already know this, turn your landing lights off before you hit 10,000 feet. Like, I do mine at about 9,500 feet, because I think it's going based off of standard altimeter setting, MSL. It's not necessarily like, so like, I don't know, if it's looking for whatever 10,000 feet is at 2992, and you're set to like 2982, well, now your 10,000 feet is going to hit before it does on a pilot's life. Now reverse that, if it's like, I don't know, 3019, well then it's going to think you have crossed through 10,000 feet before you actually show that you did in the airplane. Therefore, it's going to dock you for not having your landing lights on, or off rather, when you're climbing. So I always turn mine off at like 9,000 to 9,500 feet, just as a buffer, so that it doesn't like dock me points and shit on that. Other than that, everything else is pretty straightforward. Don't go around either, or if you do, go slower than 200 knots, and then you might be okay. But yeah, Wes. So I did have one engine running, and based off of the description that the dev puts out for off block, I think it says you have to be out with one engine running, something like that. May not even say that. I don't know. Now you got me curious. Damn wiki. Wiki dicky. Let's see. Booking rating system. Control F. Shoot, where would it be? Oh, I'll have to look at it. Now I'm curious again. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Oh, hey, Soko. Crystal let you back in the house? Dog pissed in her closet, so she put him outside for a while. Anyways, yeah, so we were 16 minutes late. We were scheduled out at 1940, and it showed us out at 1956, but that's after like 9 minutes of actually had been out. Drives me nuts. Nuts, I tell you. Hey, look at that. Got us another Neo right next to us. Tell you what, we parked at the right gate, didn't we? Shit. Yeah, boy. I hate that with a passion. You and me both. That's why I usually push back. Yeah, and I typically aim for a 10, 15 minute early departure for that reason. But today, like I mentioned, is like, you know, I want to like take things a little bit slower, actually sit, hang out, talk to the chat, do better in that regard than I typically do on a stream. Being that, you know, we're being sentimental today and all that shit. So I took my time. And as you can see, it shows. Looks like he's waiting on a gate. 650. 650 is a classic. That's not a Neo in real life. Oh, these look like classics. I don't even see like any 21s. Which I don't think we put a whole lot of 21s out of Vegas because of heat and altitude. Try to get those bigger airplanes off the ground. Frontier. I'm making everybody dizzy. Let's see. Start both engines together. Yeah, that's what I'm screaming. Shouldn't even have to start one, in all honesty. Bet so many people cried about late penalty, but it's like either one plan better or get good. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it should go based off of what they do in the real world, and that's when the airplane starts pushing back, you have an out time. It's the same. Like that's even how Msfs reads it. Smart Cars reads it. Actually, I don't think Smart Cars reads that. I don't know. I personally think the duration should be airtime, wheels up to wheels down. If you want to go off of, if you want to like do block time, which I guess theoretically the duration that they have now is not even blocked because it excludes taxi in. I don't know. I'm not really crazy about that. Frontier Flight 2153 is a real life pilot. Well, he sure definitely wasn't listening to the radios because I was trying to talk to him. I was trying to ask him what his speed was and try to figure out if I needed a sidestep or what, because he was only 3 miles behind me, and usually 3 miles is fine, but I didn't know what his speed was, and there's no ATC to like monitor speed and control all that, right? So I kind of needed something, but he wasn't talking back. I think it shows you once you book a flight, it will show you rules on when departure time is actually tracked. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's do a fake booking real quick. Book. Schedule. Airways. Departure time is no longer moment of takeoff. Instead, it's when you leave your gate / ramp and start your engines. That's horseshit. That's total horseshit. Especially like if you're a procedural person like I am, and you're going based off checklists and briefings and that kind of stuff. Like, you better push 15 minutes early to get an on-time departure, because between checklists and briefings, pushing back, starting your engines, doing another checklist. Because that's the other thing too, is like if you want to do a single engine taxi, because let's say like you're taxiing out on like a VATSIM event, right? And you actually have traffic in your way, you got to get clearances and all that stuff, right? So you're going to do a single engine taxi out to conserve fuel, and you're taxiing for 15-20 minutes. You telling me that you're not going to have an out time or an off block time for 20 minutes because you didn't start that second engine until later on? Like, that's bogus ass horseshit. I don't know. Maybe I need to write the dev and be like, yo, like, I don't know. Maybe just so, like, who cares about the duration? How about we just look at the arrival time? That's what the Department of Transportation does. Granted, the dev is like somewhere in Europe, but the Department of Transportation looks at you landing within 14 minutes of your scheduled arrival time. If you do that, you're on time. So that way you can disclude, like, we ain't worried about the block, we're not worried about wheels up, wheels down time, we're not worried about any of that shit. Just land within 14 minutes of your arrival time and you're on time. That's what I think it should be. But anyways, guys, I am gonna scram on out of here. Tomorrow, going to mow the yard because the yard is horrendous. And then we're gonna stream. I want to stream something into Oakland since we haven't looked at that airport yet. We also need to stream into Philly since we haven't. I've looked at it, but some of you may not. Just kind of give y'all an idea of what you'd be looking at if it's something you want to buy. We did introduce Philly into the YipJet route network. So if you did buy that Philly airport and you fly for YipJet, feel free to fly into Philly because we got them out there. Man, that airplane is just so good looking. Anyways, guys, thank y'all again so much for making Wrong Side what it is. I almost said YipJet because I've gotten so used to saying YipJet now. But thank y'all so much for 2 years of a lot of fun. It's been a hell of a ride. Looking forward to an even longer ride. Again, for anybody who's going to FS Expo, myself, Shaq, and Jet Kid are all going to be going together. So if any of y'all are going, please let us know so that we can all get together and enjoy the expo as a group. So I think that's way more fun. But yeah, guys, thank y'all so much. I can't thank you enough for the 2 years of hanging out, great conversations, whether on Discord, whether it's in the chat, all that good stuff. Thank y'all so much. Drew, Callie, thank you so much for your donations today. Very, very, very kind of you. It will definitely get put back into the channel as always. Until tomorrow, be good. Be good at it. And keep it on the wrong side of the airplane. Love you guys. See y'all tomorrow. Until then, have a good one. See ya.